the cell that no one returned from.
Before we begin, hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to tell you is one of the strangest things ever reported inside a U.S. prison.
And it all happened behind locked doors. There's a prison in the Midwest known to inmates as Grayridge Correctional. But the staff call it something else behind closed doors, the place of quiet. And all of it centers around cell 39. Because of what happened to Elias Ward. Elias wasn't a tough guy. He wasn't a gang member. He wasn't a troublemaker. He was the type of inmate who counted his days, kept his head down, tried to make it out. But one night, after an argument over a missing commissary item, an officer wrote him up for disrespect. Elias denied it, but write-ups don't need debates. His punishment? Temporary relocation into cell 39. He told inmates in the chow hall the next morning that he wasn't worried. "It's just a cell," he said. Everyone else stared at him like he'd cursed himself. Because cell 39 was different, and he was about to find out why. At lights out, Elias lay on the bunk, staring at the ceiling. Nothing seemed strange, until the prison went unusually quiet. No shouts, no footsteps, no metal clanking, just total silence. Then he heard it, a soft tapping. Not from the next cell, not from the pipes, from inside the wall behind his bunk. 3 taps, pause, 3 taps again. He tried to ignore it. He forced himself to sleep. But when he woke up the next morning, his cell door tray slot had been pushed open. No one admitted to opening it. Elias tried asking the guy in the next cell if he heard the tapping. The man stopped him immediately. "Don't talk about that," he whispered. "You don't want to draw attention." That night, Elias couldn't sleep again. The silence came back. Then the tapping started again, but this time it wasn't quiet. It sounded like someone inside the wall was trying to get out. Elias banged the wall with his fist. "Who's there?" he yelled. Everything stopped. Then, slowly, a voice came from the vent near the ceiling. "You shouldn't talk back. That's why he listens." Elias froze. "He?" Elias whispered. The voice didn't answer. By the 3rd night, Elias was terrified. He tried staying awake, but exhaustion took over. When he woke up, the lights were still off. He didn't know how late it was. But something was wrong. His blanket had been taken off his bunk and folded neatly on the floor. He hadn't moved it. His shoes were turned backward. His toothbrush was on the sink, snapped in half. Elias pressed the emergency call button. No response. He pressed it again. Still nothing. He went to the door and whispered to the guard walking by. The guard didn't stop. He didn't even look at Elias. It was like no one could hear him. Elias asked to be moved. He begged. Every officer said the same thing. "You'll be fine. It's only one more night." That night, the silence returned again. But this time, something scraped across the floor. Inside his cell, Elias jumped off the bunk. Then he saw it. His folded blanket had moved again. This time to the middle of the floor, and on top of it, a small piece of paper. He picked it up. 2 words were written on it. "Not alone." The next morning, Elias refused to return to the cell after breakfast. He stayed in the chow hall until officers removed him. They didn't discipline him. They didn't question him. They just quietly reassigned him to another wing. And cell 39 stayed empty for 3 weeks. Here's where it gets strange. When a new inmate finally got placed in cell 39, he lasted less than 12 hours before demanding an emergency transfer. He wouldn't say why. He wouldn't sleep. He wouldn't even walk past that tier again. The guards just shrugged it off. Prison plays tricks on your mind, they said. But among inmates, cell 39 still has a reputation, not because anyone was hurt, not because anyone vanished, but because everyone who sleeps there swears they weren't alone.